You're listening to 90.8 Hills FM Radio.
This is 90.8 Hills FM radio station, using our voice to rate your choice. Stay tuned.
Hello listeners, thank you for tuning to 90.8 Hills FM. I'm your host, RJ Marjung, and this is Music in Focus. In this segment, we dive deep into the lives of our favorite artists, Nagaland's music scene, while also introducing up-and-coming homegrown artists. And we have one such artist here at Hills FM today. Starting his journey in music very early on, not really knowing where it was going to lead him, here he is today, causing quite a stir with his single, Stay Close, featuring Meyisanen Lemtur, which was released just last month. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Tia Longkumer.
Hi everyone.
Thank you so much, Tia, for taking the time to come to the studio for this interview. To start things off, why don't you give our listeners a short intro about yourself?
So I'll just start again. Hi everyone, I'm Tia Longkumer. I am a Western Contemporary singer. Okay, I'm an independent artist, which means I'm not in contract with any labels right now. So yeah, I'm just singing around here and there, just crapping on things.
You mentioned you also teach, so...
Oh yes, I have been teaching for some time now, but currently I am on like part-time break or something like that.
To work on your music?
Yeah, to work on my performance.
Oh, that's great. The first things first, like how did you get into music? Like where and when did your journey start?
Well, it started very early in life, okay? As in like not professionally, I would say, because I was kind of just going around people, just joining people in churches, singing in group songs and stuff. And then it just went on for some time. But eventually people kind of liked my voice, so I just kept on singing, but nothing professionally.
Right. And you had mentioned earlier that you faced a little bit of a identity crisis. Like, would you like to weigh in on that a little bit?
Yeah, about that. So, while growing up, it was a little difficult because, physically I don't look like a Naga because, I'm a surrogate child.
Right.
So, being a surrogate child, and since my mom could not give birth, okay, since she had a problem in her tumor, so I was, born via another surrogate mother.
Right.
So, my DNA kind of just went along with my surrogate mother.
Yes.
So because of that, I look different. So my parents were mostly not in station, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, I was with my mom, but I could not fit in well in Nagaland.
In Nagaland.
Yeah. And then if I go out with my, to my dad's posting place,
Right.
then I could not speak Hindi.
Yeah.
So, I could not speak, so I could not fit in there also.
So you were just like kind of stuck in the middle,
yeah,
like
sandwich in between everywhere.
And you also said something about how they would mistake your name as like Tia Longkumer.
Yes. So people will be like, "Are you're really Ao?" Or in Nagaland, or people will be like, "Oh, Dia," or something like that. Those names. But that's very common, okay, for me. But just growing up, it was kind of little struggling because, here I would face a lot of, discrimination. I would say,
Yeah.
because I was also kind of little jumpy. I mean, I'm still fat, but that was like golu. Like
So this was when you were in school.
Yeah, when I was in school, yeah.
And high school, it was tough on everyone, regardless. So I can only imagine. Why don't you take us through, like, your experience with bullying and how you used it to, like, you just turn yourself around, like, I don't know, like maybe just get a little more confident in life.
So, since it was difficult to stay, my grandmother, she just told me, like, she told my parents, like, send your grandson here and I'll just look after him, okay?
And here,
Dimapur,
as in
yeah.
Dimapur.
So, being in Dimapur, I was with my grandmother, and my grandmother was really spiritually very strong. So, okay, I would go to school and then people would tease me, and then, they would, like, pulling me. There was a time, where they would just rub their snot on my hair. That was kind of...
Kids were nasty. Kids were very...
So I would come back and complain it to my grandmother. So she would be like, "Tia, it's okay, right?" because if you can bear this right now, you're gonna bear bigger things in future.
Right.
Because the vengeance is for God, not yours to take. So just control.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah. So growing up that way, I was mentally frustrated also, because there it was difficult. While coming back again, I cannot say
Yeah.
anything. There was no room to vent out my anger.
It must have been like such a tough time for you, like having to navigate at a like that situation at such a young age, right? High school.
It was little, actually high school. I cannot even say high school because it was way younger than high school. It was more like primary.
So I think by the time you reached high school, like people,
Yeah.
I mean, the acceptance
exactly.
started.
So I think I was in third or fourth standard. Okay, I did not have the true friends actually. I mean, I had really good friends, but then
Right.
I would kind of distance myself. Okay.
Was it just because of the way you were thinking, or like was it something that you saw?
Actually, it was both ways.
Mm-hmm.
There were some friends who did not wanted to be friends with me because they did not wanted to be bullied.
Mm-hmm.
And now seeing that scenario, I also started to distance myself from my friends,
Right.
because I thought that
Just to
I'll-
save the drama.
exactly.
Right.
So it happened, but I had these few friends. Okay, so one of my friend once invited me to an event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which was children's camp, I suppose. I think
Yeah.
it was back in 2014 or something like that.
Bible camp, something of that sort.
It's something
Yeah.
of that, yeah. So since I had that only one friend who I was kind of
Yeah.
understanding, I could share my thoughts.
Right.
So I said yes because I did not want to lose that friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Since I didn't have that
That
amount
many-
of friends,
yeah.
it was very precious. So I agreed, but I was very skeptical because
To
I
go to a
thought,
camp.
yeah, because I thought I will not fit in.
Mm-hmm. Like-
Fitting in was something I was very
Yeah, I think that was like the one thing that was that was always in your mind, just to fit in.
just to fit in, exactly. So I went in, and on the first, my dad was there because my dad is usually out of station. So my dad dropped me and he left.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very worried. I was like lost. It's like you go to a new city and then you don't know what's happening.
So
around.
so this camp was situated outside
No, it was here
Here.
it was in IMC hall. Okay,
IMC hall. Okay,
I was not usually out, so it was
Mhm.
kind of very
a new environment.
a new environment. Yeah, so I was kind of lost, and then I saw my friend, and then my smile, it just went up like
Mhm.
from 0 to 100, I suppose. And then I followed him. We did the registration. Okay, and on registration they asked us like which club would you like to join.
Right.
So I did not know which club to join because I was not interested in anything.
Mhm.
So I just chose what my friend had picked.
Yeah.
That was music and lyric. Okay,
music and lyric
because
club.
I did not want it to be left alone kind of situation. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So upon entering the room, okay, the best thing I ever felt was Utitali just hugged everyone that entered that room.
and when you say Udi Tali, this
Yes,
is Taliang
yeah,
that we're
Taliang,
speaking
yes.
of.
So he just hugged everyone, and that was something I had never experienced. That warm
Right.
hug, that you are welcome.
Just very
Exactly.
welcoming.
And that's when I was like, it was a different perspective. Okay, I mean, it birthed a new perspective. Like okay, I think
Mhm.
there's some difference in the world. I think
Yeah.
I may be able to fit in here. Okay.
Yeah.
So as things went on, okay, I mean as hours went on in the program,
Yeah.
Utitali, he just told us like how music can be used to channel your emotion. Okay, if you
Mhm.
and everyone is here because you can sing and you can
Yes.
do something. So why don't you use that to channel your emotion? Okay, if you're going through something, use it to channel it, use it to praise it. Because it can be a
Mhm.
medium of expression, and that hit me really hard. So on the next day, we wrote this song under the theme Hero. Okay, the theme of the song, the theme of the event was "You Can Be a Hero." Okay, so we wrote this song together. Okay, that said, "You can be a hero." So the first lyrics was, "I'm not a mistake." Okay, I'm
Mhm.
not a fool. I'm not defeated. I'm not a loser. Hey, I'm alive.
Right. Well, I think I've heard this song before.
It's a old song actually.
Yeah.
Uditali's first
Yeah.
album. It was in his album.
Uh huh.
So that we sang that song, and then that was like, okay, it gave me a new perspective of music. That's when I started
Mhm.
to take like interest in music.
music.
So
Like that's what sparked this whole
yeah,
journey.
yeah.
I mean, you said like you didn't really see where it was going to take you, and then there was a moment in your life when you almost gave up on music completely.
Okay, so I mean, after that, I just continued singing, expressing, just making new friends. Okay,
Right.
because eventually I started to have my identity. Like I don't have to prove it to anyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like kind of confident now. So things were just going on. Just singing. Okay, expressing, but things were not working out.
Yeah. I mean, it's always hard to like launch yourself as a musician, be it anywhere. Like I had this talk with was it Kekringa? Like it's just very hard to like launch yourself, to have that um persona. Like you have to create a whole pack. Like like you're selling a product.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
Oh, like said, it was difficult, okay, and things were not working out. I would go try to make a song, but then, kind of it did not work out,
Right.
okay, and then recording and stuff, I was not good at it, I would say, okay. We have this
Yeah.
feeling that it will not sound good.
Are you
Because
a perfectionist
I'm,
of some sort
like-
when it comes to your work?
Kinda. It has
Yeah.
to feel like perfect. There are many songs which I've written or did, but which I don't
Just didn't hit the mark for you, so you didn't like go on to
Yeah.
like release it.
exactly. So yeah, because of that kind of situations,
Mhm.
okay, it kind of just stopped, and then things were a little hard at home also.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
my
mean-
dad got sick. He had tuberculosis and
Mhm.
diabetes at the same time, okay, and after that, COVID hit. So
I mean, yeah, the long break that we all got.
so everything was just not happening.
Yeah.
So I just I thought I'll give up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a group known as Bright Lights, okay, which was under Tafma.
Tafma.
Yeah.
Okay, you've worked with Tafma before.
Yeah, kinda. It was
And are you still affiliated to them, or did you
it's on and off,
on and off?
but I cannot say I'm in the contract basis or
Alright,
something like
alright.
that. Yeah. So I was that was gonna be my last performance and
Mhm.
stuff. I was like, okay, I'm done now. I'm not doing music.
You're gonna focus on something else
Yeah.
rather than music.
Yeah. And when I was about to do that, I was also very depressed then.
Mhm.
So I was gonna give up, but after coming back, I met Vinny Kagyaptomi
All right.
at Koima. Okay, so she texted me on Instagram like, "Hey Tia, are you free?" So I was like, "Yeah, I want to do a song with you."
Mhm.
Okay, and then I met her the next day. Okay, it was just random. We just decided like, let's go and meet at Nagaland Coffee at 3 p.m. or something like that,
Yeah.
and we met, and that's when we said, "I want to do this song." And the song "Mind Feels," I was listening to that song when John Legend released. Yeah, so it was something little like it was my genre that I would usually
Yeah.
jam on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when she said that, like, I also want to do that, and then we did that.
So you just like, at the spur of the moment, you you heard the song and you were like, oh,
Yeah.
why not do a cover? Which was beautifully shot, by the way. Like I was just watching it the other day, and not just very beautifully recorded as well. So where did you do the recording for that song?
So the recording was done by my amazing friend
Mhm.
KL Pamai.
Oh, that's nice. So like, oh yeah, that brings me to my question. Where you also have a song with him, right? So much more.
Oh,
So, and there were quite a lot of artists in that like
yes.
a collaboration with like various artists. Like, so when there's so much talent in one song, I mean, like, did you get like did you put in like input like your creative input like for the song?
Okay, actually, I did actually. Let me just take you how it started.
Mm-hmm.
So much more.
Right.
So once I got a call from a friend, like, who was interested to do a kind of a project like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I said yes, and I called KL Pamai.
Yeah.
Since COVID is there, why don't we come up with a song? Yeah, and then he loved the idea.
Mm-hmm.
So we were discussing with the other friend, but he had to leave the project because of some situation.
KL Pamai?
No, the other
your-
friend who
your
was
friends.
he was not a singer, but he wanted to
produ-
sponsor. Yeah,
Okay.
but because of some situations, he
Mhm.
had to back out. But since the project had already started, we just initiated
Mhm.
the project. So we
So you're
went.
self-sponsored.
Yeah, we just it happened.
Yeah.
So we made that song. Okay, we were there we were just, let's do this song. And KL had a track which he made before, okay, but he did not know what kind of song would go with that, what kind of lyrics would go with that.
Alright.
So he did not use that, and he was like, I think this song will be good. And we really liked the music what KL had produced.
Yeah.
So KL asked Abdon to write the lyric. Okay, and once Abdon wrote the lyric, so KL and I, we just sat and then this artist will be good, this artist will be good, and then
Just like brainstormed over like who to bring in and
exactly
like the arrangement of like the instruments and just the concept of the whole video also.
yeah. So that happened, okay, and then there was a new verse that we wrote, okay, for the bridge, and then the video was just shot on the same day and recorded on the same day.
Like both the song and the video for the
Yes, exactly. So it was it was COVID, so movement was restricted to a certain limit. So we decided to.
So you just
pick
had to like squeeze everything into one day.
Exactly. So everyone just did their homework, okay, and then we just came. Okay, we came to the warehouse that was in, just near this Imlikas. Not the present location, but the previous location.
Okay, I'm not really aware of that place.
Near Cornerstone. Yeah.
Okay, alright.
So there we all met, okay, and then when we met, we were all very nervous, okay, because everyone had known each other
Yeah.
in social media. So
So it was the first time everybody was like meeting in person.
exactly, I had to practice how should I say hi in the mirror.
I think that's
Previous
it's a little nerve wracking. Like when you know of them, but then you guys haven't like actually met.
And when we met the next day, it was as if we had known each other for
Right.
decades.
Just
I
instant
would say.
click.
We just clicked.
Right.
Everyone was just doing their things, and it sounded so good. We didn't even have to do another recording retake for that.
So it was like all in one take.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think that is quite that is something like I think you should
just-
all be proud of as a group because okay, if it's like a solo artist like does it in one take, I mean you can just be like okay, happy like proud about that. But then for so many artists to record one song in a single day in one take and also shoot the video at the same time, I think that is something very very interesting also.
That happened, and Cody joined. Cody did the video for us. Yes.
Cody
And then
Jinx.
the song released. So everything was just in the video. The bloopers and stuff was just having fun. We were just having fun. And that's when I met Meyisanen for the first time on the day.
Meyisanen, the one who you sang Stay
Exactly.
Close with. And so you've been friends with Meyisanen since
Yeah, stay close. So much more. Sorry.
so much more, right? So with Stay Close, like did you, as you were getting into like the songwriting and like the production of the song, did you go in thinking, oh, I want to collab with Meyisanen, or like did that thought come after?
So actually, Meyisanen and I, we stay kind of nearby. I would say not that near, but say about an hour walk.
Our walk. That is very close.
She stays in Indison and I stay nearby. Something. So we often go for evening walks. Okay, we just circle
Right.
around the colony and stuff. So it happened in one of those days. It was like, I think we should do a song. Okay, and then we just let's do a song. So who do you suggest for the producers? Okay, and then he was like, I don't know what kind of song we wanted to do. We were not sure also, but we wanted to do a
Right.
song. Okay,
Together.
Yeah.
Like together.
because I have a really amazing bond with Sanan because he really did help me a lot mentally also. So we decided to do a song and that song was inspired by this Bruno Mars and
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, there's a lot of Bruno element in the song, which is like not something we see often from the Nagaland scene of music, right?
so that was something that I think we should do a song something like that. We did decide, but it happened nothing like that song actually.
No, I think the song is very upbeat and it's just very groovable. You can just dance to it, and I think that's something that we need. Like Naga musicians need to push a little bit more. Like instead of, we have incredible artists, but then I think the music video itself was so fun to watch. It was like there's a dance sequence in the video. Whose idea was that? I really want to know that.
Okay, so behind the music video, it's crazy also because we wanted to do it funny also.
Yeah.
At the same time, add a quality to it.
Yeah.
You know, like in Nagamis we say faltu.
Mm-hmm.
Faltu in the fun of joy, fun,
Yeah.
voila, but then not making it, too, over stressed or something like that.
Yeah.
So Godi was the person who, the brainchild behind the videos.
Yeah, I mean, Cody is a one-man army. I mean, the creativity that this guy has is crazy.
and even for video,
Yeah.
he does it alone. So to shoot
Like
that
to
video,
shoot, lighting, and I think just like the B-rolls, like just shooting the whole thing, then production, and he delivers in like very
he's amazing.
yeah. I mean, how was it working with him? Like, I mean, you've worked with him with so much more. KL Pamay. Was that your first with Cody?
Yes, that was my first, and then even Minefields was done by Godi.
Oh, Cody.
So I think
yeah.
all of my videos were done by Godi, I would
Right.
say.
You have that relationship with him now.
So he's actually very calm, very hardworking, and
Mhm.
creativity-wise, he is like the master, I would say.
Right. I mean, I think he's been doing all the music videos so far, like all the ones that are like really out there.
Yes, he is crazy when it comes to this.
Mm-hmm. And he's self-taught,
Yes.
which is amazing. So you shot the video in just one location, right?
I would say two, because there was this one single sequence where I had to go to a place, which
Mhm.
was, we did not find it, so we just had to do it anywhere we found it.
Right. Like, so when it comes to like, did you shoot the music video? Because see, a lot goes into shooting, right? So I'm guessing even this video you shot it in a day.
Yeah. The first, I mean, 2 days I would say for the
Mhm.
shoot. My single was done another day,
Yeah.
where I had a different scene, a different
Alright.
location, but then the first was done in a day.
Like, was it easy to work with? I mean, like you said, Sanan and you've been friends for like,
Oh, he's crazy to work with. If you're having a
like crazy. As in, does he make you go crazy, or like he's like just really gellable?
I mean, I would say both ways, because he is the kind of person, if you're having a bad day, sit with him, you're just, back to smiling. Okay?
That's nice.
And then he is like very amazing to work with. He's just making the room very lively also. And then,
just a ray of sunshine.
yeah, and then his acting skills is like so good.
Yeah, I mean, I could see from like the expressions that he was giving in the music video. I was just like, okay, this guy can. And then I've watched him live just recently at the Dimapur Music Fest. And then, I mean, his performance was just, how would I put it? Like, it was just bomb.
Very much.
I mean, he's got the element. He can really bring the entertainment to you.
So true. And even as a person, he's really supportive. He's like he's like a pillar of mine, I would say right now.
Right. You're just very blessed to have a friend like him, like who's pushing you, like just helping you, not just like in the music field, but also mentally with your, with whatever that you go through on a daily basis. Okay, so should we be expecting any new works, music from you in the coming days? Like are you currently working on anything at the moment?
So, kind of, I would say.
Right.
I'm planning to release one single. Okay.
By this year?
I cannot promise about that,
Mm-hmm.
because some projects are planning, and one with Vinika, which we're planning something drama. Hey, just kidding.
What? You're planning some drama with this?
I mean, drama is me.
So, this song with Vinny, like, is it going to be another cover or like an
An
original?
original.
Oh, that's very exciting. And your single, like, give us a little bit.
So it's gonna be DIYP, that is dancing in your palm. Okay, it's gonna be art
So we already have the name, Dancing
in your palm.
in Your Palm.
Yeah, still recording. It's still not done, fully finished. But then let's see what happens.
Like, after Stay Close, like, I really am like looking forward to Dancing in Your Palm and hopefully see another dance sequence in the music video.
You may expect a.
I mean, I think we should all expect, I mean, with good reason, because I think we do need that element even more in your future work. And you said something about Prism.
Yeah.
Why don't you like let our listeners know a little bit about Prism?
Yeah, Prism. Well, it's Prism is like a worship school. Okay, it's
Right.
like where initiated by Udi Tali and Uya Jungtina. Okay,
Okay.
Taliang and his wife Jungtina. Okay, where they bring just bring together a community of artists, musicians. And they just help us root ourselves in Christ.
Right.
Because being musicians or being singers, artists, people look up to us,
Mhm.
right? And then and most of the time when people are looking up at us, we tend to forget ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when we just eventually get lost in somewhere else, and depression hits in
Mhm.
and stuff. Yeah. So this is a place where
You all just come together to
yeah
worship. Mm-hmm.
yeah to worship and then make songs. It's like a family, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a family that is rooted in Christ, that emits love, joy.
What a beautiful initiative by Daliang and his wife. And I think I think you should be recruiting more people in.
Eventually it's gonna be a big community.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would hope for. And with that being said, that's all the time we have. Thank you again so much for making all the way to the studio for this this short interview.
You're listening to 90.8 Hills FM Radio.
This is 90.8 Hills FM radio station, using our voice to rate your choice. Stay tuned.